And the race for governor is getting pretty heated after Tom Steyer released a new attack ad against Xavier Becerra. That ad is now at the center of an illegal exchange of threats. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen is here to explain what was said in the ad and what experts say is or is not allowed in political ads.
Well, Alex, the ad was released on Sunday, and Steyer suggests Becerra is at risk of being criminally indicted in connection to a crime his former chief of staff pled guilty to, stealing money from Becerra's campaign fund. I asked Becerra today about this ad and his next steps.
Have you filed a lawsuit against his campaign for that ad?
So if we're talking about that deceptive ad that lies about my record that Tom Steyer put out, we were in touch with his campaign. I don't believe we filed, but we continue to keep all legal recourse in mind.
That was a response from Xavier Becerra, one of the leading Democratic candidates for governor, after his opponent, Democrat Tom Steyer, released a new attack ad on Sunday. The ad from Steyer's campaign suggests Becerra is at risk of being indicted by the Trump administration.
And Becerra could be indicted next.
His former chief of staff and advisor, Sean McCluskey, and Dana Williamson recently pled guilty in federal court to conspiring to siphon $225,000 out of a dormant campaign fund for personal gain.
When you see these last-minute hits that distort someone's record, think twice.
Becerra has not been charged with any crime and is not facing any charges. On Saturday, an attorney for Becerra's campaign sent a cease and desist letter to the Steyer campaign and demanded a retraction and threatened a lawsuit. Even though no lawsuit has been filed as of Monday, Becerra says it's not off the table.
We haven't dropped any options that are on the table for us. Again, a lie is a lie.
If a lawsuit is filed, Becerra could potentially have a viable case.
California's elections code actually specifies that a candidate who willfully and knowingly allows or directs a libelous or slanderous comment to be made can actually be liable financially for those statements.
During an event at UCLA on Monday, Steyer was asked about Becerra's legal threats.
Look, going around the state, people have been worried that Xavier Becerra could get indicted after the fact, and that could throw this race in a bad way for Democrats. That's all that ad says.
On Sunday, Steyer's campaign sent Becerra's campaign a letter saying Becerra's letter has no merit, encouraging legal action, and that it could make their day. A spokesperson added that voters should be aware of questions that are being asked about what Becerra knew and when he knew it. With it being an election year, it's to be seen if this could impact voters.
And it could pave the way for whoever else is running in November to potentially use it or be prohibited from using a similar campaign attack ad.
And again, I want to be very clear, Becerra is not facing any charges, but his former chief of staff, Sean McCluskey, is facing 5 years in prison, while Dana Williamson is facing up to 30 years. Alex.
All right, Jeannie, thank you. And that Tom Steyer ad Jeannie was just reporting on, it does feature a clip of our reporter, Becca Habegger. That portion of the ad was taken from a news story that Becca did in one of our newscasts. Under federal law, broadcast stations generally are not allowed to reject most advertisements by candidates, but it is important to note an ad's use of a clip from our newscast does not mean ABC 10 authorized its use or endorses the ad's message. And if you are still undecided on who you should vote for in the primary election, make sure you check out our free ABC 10 app. We have a number of election-related content that you can watch for free anytime. You can watch our in-depth interviews with the leading candidates for governor as they discuss their plans to tackle affordability and other key issues that are facing us here in California. And we also sat down with the leading candidates in several local congressional races, so you can see all the information that you need to know right there. You know, there's a lot of candidates in this race.